We're having a tour of Devon and Cornwall today, so it's been good.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying.
We're having a tour. I know it's...
Tar?
Tour.
Tar?
T-O-U-R.
A what?
A tour.
A tour.
Tar?
Are you out of it?
Are you making fun of our accent? Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. News Now Yorkshire here, where it's barely ever newsworthy, and it's barely ever in Yorkshire, and today's no different. We were in Newton Abbot, Devon and Cornwall Police, Newton Abbot Police Station. So we're just going to take a look around, see what's going on here in Newton Abbot. We've got this police car just sat here, must be just nipped into the station maybe. Oh, look at this while we're here. Oh, we've got shovels. Biohazard in that box. There's a biohazard in the car. Biohazard. And then we've got this police car park just at the back here. It says no unauthorised access beyond this point, which means we are allowed to this point. We can see some of the vans and some of the cars in the back here. Also got a bike rack. I think there's some electric bikes on there, very nice. West Yorkshire Police just bought me one. And then just up here we've got the inquiry office. Inquiries, press for attention. Then we've got the blue phone of disconnection just here. So if you do need to get hold of them and they're not open, there it is, the blue box and the red phone. And again, the knife amnesty box that we see at all these stations in Devon and Cornwall, which is great to see. We've got some people just coming out. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
You having a nice day?
Yeah, great day. Yeah, we're having a right tour of Devon and Cornwall today, so it's been good. We're having a tour of Devon and Cornwall today, so it's been good.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying.
We're having a tour. I know it's
Tar?
tour.
Tar?
T-O-U-R.
A what?
A tour.
A tour.
Tar?
Are you out of it?
Are you making fun of our accent?
Yeah, I think it is.
Hey?
Yeah.
Are you...
What?
Are you hard of hearing?
Pardon?
Yeah, bloody hell.
Wow, that's rude, that.
It's like
Hold on, he said bugger off.
Yeah, you are rude though. Oh, he's not even a police officer, he's staff.
Oh, is it from there?
Yeah. See you later, pal. You enjoy your day.
I'd like to call him something else, but I'm refraining at the moment in time.
Sausage.
I call him a sausage.
That was really rude. There's no need for that. There's no need for that, miss. Oh, was he called Richard? This lady's talking about someone called Richard and she was just with him. Is he called Richard? Is he called Richard? That guy?
I don't know if I'm honest, so I don't know what he's in from.
Alright, he was a bit rude, that's all. He seems like a Richard.
Sorry, I'm just on a call, 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Can I do anything to help you?
Yeah, I'm just curious why he was so rude to us, that's all. He asked us what...
Sorry, why I was so rude to
No,
you?
the guy.
Oh,
Oh,
apologies.
you wasn't. You definitely wasn't. No, definitely
I
not.
was on a call when I came out, so apologies. I don't know. I don't work with him. I don't know his name. Sorry, could you just get down? That's screened off for a reason. Apologies. It's
Yeah,
fine,
you
sir.
should screen the top of it up if you don't want no one looking in. That's what the law says.
No, that's fine. Just be careful when you're climbing up. Can I help you at all today?
I'd really like to know who that guy was. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you can certainly phone up and ask if he wanted to give you his details. He could have done.
I'll maybe have it on my camera, to be honest, because
Yeah,
he did
of
flash his badge. He was
Yeah.
police staff, not a police officer, is that right?
I'm sorry.
Oh, do you not know him?
I don't know him at all.
Fair
No,
enough, fair enough.
Apologies.
No, that's okay, miss, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Are you heading out now?
I am, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so apologies, I've got to go. Thank you ever so much.
No problem, see you
Bye.
later. You enjoy your day. So she was nice and pleasant. But Richard inside, he was a bit of a Richard.
See with a bell end, wasn't it, Richard?
Oh yeah.
You know, at first...
I thought it was going to be alright. I thought we was going to have a nice conversation.
He whilst they were talking, like it looked like his lips were going like a bit, you know.
Hiya, mate.
Just checking you're all good.
We was until Richard came out and started being a Richard.
Well, how was Richard being a Richard?
He came out, he started talking to us like you are now.
Right.
He asked us a couple of questions, what we was doing.
Yeah.
I said we was having a tour of Devon and Cornwall today.
Anything interesting so far?
Other than Richard, no. So when I said tour, I think because I've got a different accent, he was making fun of my accent,
Okay.
which wasn't very pleasant, to be honest. It wasn't a pleasant. I'll come round because it's.
Yeah, no, really appreciate that. That's what I think he's just come out in a second. I don't think we're going to be able to take him down the stairs.
no,
That's
we
all.
don't.
So we'll just quickly pop to the
Yeah, of course, that's fine.
Yeah, so other than the guy there, which I just thought it was, I thought it was really disrespectful, to be
Okay.
honest. And we was being pleasant with him,
Yeah.
as we have been with all
As
police
you
officers
always
that we've
have,
met.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
absolutely.
yeah. And we've had really great conversations today. Yeah, he was just like, he was like, a what? A tar? A tar? Tar? He was just really making fun of me.
I thought you were hard of hearing. I didn't think you were taking
You know,
this
genuinely at first, I
Right,
thought he just maybe had bad ears. but then I soon realised he was just making fun of me.
Okay. I'm presuming that you're both recording there, in which case, ultimately, I'd suggest
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
happy with it, send it in as a complaint, and then
Yeah,
we can
could
review
do.
it if necessary. But entirely up to you,
I don't
gents.
think we're all that really affected by him.
No, that's fine.
You
Good
know,
to hear.
no need for the
Yeah.
to be up like no reason.
Could you gents have picked a
wasn't.
colder day to do this?
Bloody hell, mate.
I've got these.
Freezing.
Have you seen these gloves there?
Little over 24 hours.
I've got these really special gloves. These are police gloves, right? Kevlar
Okay.
lined, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're really warm, they're great.
So they look thicker than what I've got.
Yeah,
and they look
you
far
guys-
more comfortable.
They don't give you guys
yeah,
these
the
anymore.
old school
Yeah.
ones.
These are old school, these.
Yeah, forgive
Yeah.
us. I only sound like this because if not, my hands will freeze.
Yeah, fair
and,
enough.
I'm one of those. I was saying to him the other day.
Where's your
I-
big yellow jacket? Why are you not cold either?
I
Mine usually flips out like on yourself.
I don't feel the cold,
Yeah.
but then what I do is I go to grab my pen in like 20 minutes and I realise I can't.
Your fingers.
Yeah, my fingers are gone and I can't feel it anymore.
Yeah, sound does.
But yeah, but that's it. But no, if you gents are good, and I think you're good. Other forces. You told me you're in Devon and Cornwall.
We've been to others. We've been to others.
Which stations you've been to? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, we've done Torquay.
Yeah.
Wherever else we've done? We've done
Middlemore.
Totnes.
Yeah.
Middlemore.
Totnes and Torquay.
Yeah.
Middlemore, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Was
we've
that
done a few.
was that the police station, the
Yes.
extra police station, or did you go to the? Because obviously that's the headquarters.
So we went around all. Yeah, we did all of
But
it. Yeah.
They're right next to each other, so one's pretty much the same anyway.
I didn't
isn't
actually
it?
know there was another one. Oh, you mean
All it is.
you mean
you've
the
got-
public
You got
inquiry?
the main police
Yeah, so
station, and then you've got the HQ next to
big
it.
glass building,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
ultimately the new Exeter police station. When I say
Yeah.
new, been there probably about 2 years or so now. And then you've got Middlemore, which is the old headquarters.
Yeah.
But the police station used to
Yeah.
be a couple of miles from Middlemore, but
Yeah.
they've put it all on the same ground. So yeah, you've got the public police station, and then you've got the Middlemore
I have to
headquarters
say,
side
right,
of things. as well.
All right, Sarge.
Alright.
Yeah, good.
The country,
Yeah.
and sort of thing. And it's been bloody pleasant.
Yeah, been very
Okay.
nice. Very nice tour.
Yeah.
Tour of
Yeah.
Devon and Cornwall.
It's nothing particularly exciting, unfortunately, Chance, to be really honest with
We've
you.
been
but-
met with nothing but politeness and respect.
Apart
In
from
fact,
Richard.
just managed to tarnish it that.
I know, yeah.
tiniest little
It was a
bit.
bit disappointing, really, because this is.
No
Yeah.
one's been negative.
This is the
towards
last.
us Anyway, or
Well,
this entire trip.
You're going around doing what you can do ultimately.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to do it,
Yeah,
people can crack on and do what
been
they want,
decent.
can't they? Then.
Do you know this on this field round here?
Yes.
Is there anything around there or no?
Come up with us, and I'll show you. There's nothing. Oh, sorry. Very much.
No, it is.
Can I come back in just 2 minutes?
We were hoping to try and see. We were hoping to try and see some of the dog kennels when we went to the
Middlemore.
HQ. Yeah, we went there for the dogs.
They're quite in depth. So
Yeah.
obviously you can see where the cut off is.
Yeah. But not really.
I'm gonna be
not
really
to
honest
see
with
it,
you, I don't think that's our building. I think that maybe comes from one of the premises behind. Ultimately, there's a gym in there.
Gym.
Is
and
there?
that's it.
Oh, very
yeah,
nice.
a gym and a bench for
Yeah.
when it's not freezing like this.
Do you have
So
a picnic
some
out
dinner
here?
on. Literally, yeah. Literally, it is for most of the days, and that is it. There's no dog kennels or anything here, unfortunately.
No,
And,
we did manage to see a couple of dogs. We saw a German Shepherd
Yeah,
and then a Spaniel.
yeah.
They were just out having some exercise, but obviously they were behind a fence because the shepherds bite, don't they?
Well, within reason, hopefully they do, but yeah, when required. But yeah, no, I think we have Labradors as well.
All right, okay.
What are they called? They'll look for like USB sticks.
Really?
Data something dogs, are they?
Oh, I didn't know they even existed.
No,
Yeah.
that's information
Wow.
from my ears.
I thought it was like bombs,
pretty
drugs.
sure-
No, I've seen them can find mobile phones and stuff.
That's it. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, sort of looking at data products rather than either general purpose, obviously your Alsatians, as you said, they're all drugs or firearms or cash. Then digital dogs, I think they're called.
You guys have got some new ones as well, haven't you? Some new Malinois puppies.
I will take your word for it. I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's DC Dogs is one of my favourite Twitter accounts.
About it. They have quite a bit on Twitter. I think,
yeah, it's one of my favourite Twitter accounts is DC Dogs.
Quite a lot
That's
of followers.
the reason that we went to the location. We went to because we saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, Mike saw that on Twitter, not me, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I know we do a lot of breeding of the police dogs, and I know, like I said, we haven't got any here today, but I know we have like a lot of puppy walkers and bits and pieces like that as well.
Are they members of the public that do the puppy walking and things like that?
Mixture. So members of the public can apply, so we advertise it publicly.
Because I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
this is
cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, it's that emotional thing, isn't it? If you have a dog, would you want to pass it back after a year or two?
True.
Yeah, I get
So if you're with me, it can become. So I know.
Well, you wouldn't have a choice, would it? It'd be essentially a police property, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
not your dog, yeah.
but it's that thing. So I know one of the current dog handlers who did it, and at the time he was hoping to keep the dog, but he didn't get to become a dog handler at that time. So
correct. Do dog handlers normally keep the dogs?
no, so they will. It's dependent. So it's entirely up to them. But from my experience, the most that I know, after their dog retires, they keep hold of the dog as a family pet.
That's what I meant,
But yeah, we've got someone in.
See, the thing with that, because I was speaking to a dog handler about this.
Yeah.
And he said it depends because it's dependent on space and other things like that. Because obviously, when that dog retires, they'll get a new dog.
That's it.
So
there
if
can
they've got
be a
this,
bit of a protection issue. And,
But they have like charities and stuff as well, don't they? I can't remember the name of it, but there's charities that look after retired police dogs.
I would suggest that if someone was trying to get rid of a police dog, that they would be a willing taker.
Oh, 100%.
Taker for it,
100%.
wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I suppose you have to be carefully vetted, wouldn't you? Because you could obviously dogs are trained to do certain things. You could use it.
Yeah. I'm presuming that there's something in there that would. There's got to be something to make sure. But then that's like if you go to. I'm thinking of a place called Gables. That's just local to me, which is like a like a dog charity. Yeah, of course. Not a problem. And if you give it a shout. When you go to, if you're going to sort of rescue a puppy, then they'll do checks, won't they, to make sure you're suitable. Even if it's just to make sure you're guarding that. I'm sure
home check.
Something, because
especially with a dog like that, they need working, not only physically but mentally stimulating as well. And they end up ripping your house up otherwise.
Dog running along there. I just saw something dark on the back of you there. But I'm sure that there's something like that goes into it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, awesome.
Yeah. But like I said, puppy walkers, some of them are police officers that normally have a bit of an ambition to maybe become a dog handler. It's a bit of a foot in the door, isn't it? It's a bit of showing a bit of commitment to actually this is the job I want to do, so therefore I've heard
that once you go into dogs as a police officer, you never come out again. That's just it. Not for any sort of policy reasons, but just for their personal reasons. They just get too attached, so attached to the dogs and the job and everything, and they just never change.
I mean, personally, I don't know a dog handler who's ever let a dog go sort of part way through. The dog I think works maybe till 7 or 8 or something like that before they retire, somewhere around there.
That's probably another reason why, because the dogs are lasting for 7 years, so they've got to stay in it for at least 7 years. And when they get a new one, it's another 7 years. And
exactly. And I would have thought when there becomes a point where you can't be a dog handler, I'm sure, because the physical need of it, is great, isn't it? But I presume you tie that in with your dog retiring at the same time. But
definitely.
It's one of those departments, isn't it? It's not for everyone because it's a huge commitment.
Definitely.
I sort of look at it for myself, and have I got time to take on a dog at this point in my life, as well as family life and bits and pieces like that?
Indeed.
But it's a rewarding job, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. A friend of mine's got a Belgian Malinois, and we put like a harness on the back of him. And stick this GoPro on the harness, and she can run about and catch the ball and do whatever she's doing. It's great stuff.
But no, it's a brilliant job, isn't it? They get the big results at times. What they can do is incredible, isn't it?
Oh, they're amazing.
It really is.
Amazing and very well trained as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is incredible. But no, you've got to be dedicated to it, haven't you? It's not.
100%.
It's not a job you can pick up and let go. It's not like you can't take the dog home with you on your rest days. The dog lives with you as part of the family, isn't it?
So what do you do then? You're response officer.
Yeah, response officers.
How long have you been in that then?
So response probably about 8 years or so.
Right.
Just coming up to 8 years, just shy of it.
And what about as a police officer in general?
So yeah, that's the
Oh, you've always been a response?
Yeah, I did sort of voluntary special stuff
Right.
prior to that, but no, in sort of, you know, is not as a special for 8 years or so now.
A lot of recruitment for the specials around where we are in West Yorkshire.
Is there?
Yeah, a lot of recruitment for them.
I think there's a lot of recruitment in general at the moment, isn't
Yeah,
there?
definitely
I know we're still recruiting both specials and police at the moment.
I know the whole
20,000 officers, I think. Yeah.
sort of program. Yeah. Obviously, spread out everywhere. Won't it?
How long have you been a sergeant then?
So substantive only since April.
Right.
What does that mean?
So
After your probationary period.
yeah, so there's sort of numerous steps to it, and I think each force does it differently. But in short, you've got to take an exam. Once you pass your exam, you down here you either become an acting or a temporary sergeant. Depending on, there's minor differences, but nothing really. And then you have to sit a panel, so a board, which consists normally of HR plus people of typically a higher rank than you.
Yeah.
And then if you do that, then you get posted as a substantive sergeant rather than as an acting or a temporary one.
Because they're in the fast tracks as well, aren't they? You know, so you can go as a like temporary or acting in this fast track program.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how it works, but I know there's a fast track program because they're trying to obviously recruit new officers, and then the officers that are PCs they need to bump up to sergeant. And
That's it. Yeah, I think is fast track possibly a national program. I'm not 100%, but yeah,
I know it's in
fast
West
track to
Yorkshire.
inspector. So ultimately, you I think you sit the inspector's exam straight away, and then you slide through so you still got to become a sergeant.
Yeah.
And then on, but yeah, the idea is just to fast track you for it. I'm sorry, 2 secs. Hello, mate. Is it urgent, or can I come back to you? You're good. Yeah, I'll come back to you shortly, mate. So yeah, I know there's numerous different processes that you can do, and I don't know. Do they still do direct entry? I'm not sure. I don't think down here we do. I don't know if that's a stop on it nationally or locally or
close. I hadn't heard that for a while, but I don't know what you're on about.
I think they do like direct to sort of detective things like that. You know, from university.
Yeah. There's numerous different schemes now, isn't there? Yeah. I get confused by how many there are.
Because they need so many new officers, they're changing all the sort of things for other.
You know, maybe they've got to change their times a bit. Yeah. I think someone said to me, like they joined the military, and when they join the military at an age, you make a decision as to where you want to go quite early. So, you know, whereas we've always done detectives have to join as police officers first before becoming detectives. Whereas you said in the military, you kind of picked an avenue from the off, and that's what you focused on. You know,
I think it's a completely different job, really, as well, isn't it? Because you know, the detectives, they're, you know, I don't want to say office based, but you know, they're sort of going through the files and you know, working everything out. And the response officers, you guys are out talking to people and dealing with people directly.
Absolutely.
So it is a different job, I would think.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know. Possibly puts people off, does it? You know, if they say I want to be a detective,
but I don't want to have to go through
right, for a minimum of 2 years, you're going to have to be out on the streets.
Yeah.
Will people just turn around and say, "Oh, no, I'm alright, thanks"?
And some people aren't suited to the response, but they are suited to being a detective.
Definitely. Yeah, it is. I think slowly it's probably acknowledging those skills, isn't it?
Definitely.
I think being out on the streets is probably one of the only ways to actually really learn how to be a police officer as well, dealing with the public on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then detectives are a very focused role, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not dealing with the public, are they? That's the point.
No, obviously they deal with the public,
to a point.
Not in the more general term, do they? Yeah. You know, so actually someone may be perfectly skilled, you know, have a really investigative mind, really come from a background that, you know, would benefit.
Yeah.
But they just don't want to do those 2 years of, you know,
of hard graft.
or they maybe don't have the people skills.
Yeah.
You know, they might have be a really intelligent person, a really, like you say, investigatively minded.
Yeah.
But don't have the sort of people skills to do the response. You know.
Yeah.
You know, there's different skills in different people.
Yeah.
But
And you know, there's other agencies and that have skills that we can use in detective world, isn't there? You know that. What was it? Someone was in some sort of counter-corruption, like gambling sort of stuff.
Right.
The corruption around that, and they joined the police. And you think, well, you know, that's a perfect background to go straight into being a detective, isn't it? You know, that investigative work and that.
Or if you was looking at like fraud cases, you know,
exactly.
You know, you might be, you know, say an accountant, and you're looking through books, and you know, then you go into the fraud squad. You know, that would be a good switch.
Yeah. So no, there's definitely things out there, but times change continuously, don't they? You know, it used to be one entry in, one, you know, and that was it. But as you said, now there's detective stuff, there's the university stuff, isn't there? I think they're looking at maybe going back to some of the older ways of doing it, but it's all got its pros, it's all got its cons at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about working out the best process, isn't it, really?
Or is it that multiple processes are the best way of getting the right people in? But yeah, like I said,
Multiple
I
points
struggle
of
to keep
entry.
my head around, you know, the amount that there are, but
Well, Smithy, you sound like you're busy on your radio, so I'll let you get off.
yeah,
But very nice to meet you.
absolutely, lads. Yeah,
Sound, pal.
hopefully, the rest of Devon and Cornwall is
One
decent
thing
for you.
before you
There.
go, do you have body cams on there?
We do, yeah. I've literally just started today.
Fair enough.
So rather than go and grab a body cam to come down and have a chat with you, I didn't think it's
Nah,
probably
no,
needed.
yeah.
So yeah, no, we do normally have body cams. Can't remember which ones they are.
Bubble
Do you have the ones with the camera that moves?
Yeah, camera that moves.
Yeah, it's like
screen
the
on front.
it's like the firearms one then.
There's a few different types of them.
Yeah, because I mean like
Rebel, I want to say, is the manufacturer, I think.
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Well, where we are, they have like sort of a fixed one with you know, just one camera that points out.
Yeah.
Or they have the firearms ones. They have like the swivelly one that they can move about.
Yeah. I think all of ours just swivel.
I think they are moving to those ones. Everybody's moving to those ones. I
and
think.
it's got the front-facing screen and bits and pieces like that, so it's a bit more obvious as to what it's seeing. But yeah,
Definitely. Well, we won't be here for much longer. We're just gonna have a loop around.
Yeah, go down there.
We're gonna just stick the drone over, get a shot of the back, and then an aerial shot, and then we'll be gone. We'll be along.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you're back to something nice and warm there, lads. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna jump back in the car and warm up.
Absolutely. Front office isn't open at the moment. It does open sometimes, but it's not open at the moment. Where there's anything, you can always just pick up the war phone there, and they'll bring through. To you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. See you later, pal. Well, he was a nice guy.
Sound guys.
Sergeant Smithy.
People were phoning me and ruining my video.
Oh, stop phoning Marty. You're ruining his video. It's his mum. Well, Sergeant Smithy was a nice guy. He had a good chat with us. Told us the process if we do want to make a complaint about Richard. But what we're going to do is we're just going to head back out onto the path. We're going to put the drone over, get an aerial shot for you guys. And then we might just wrap it up. Away we go. Right, let's get up and over. So, what we got here, we've got lots of cars. No force numbers. We'd like to know the force number. Should have asked Smithy.
What other ones we've seen? S.
We've seen like, we've seen S1, SH and yo! Got the biker leaving. I wonder if his Chief Constable bought that for him. West Yorkshire Police Chief Constable bought mine.
What a fella, what a top
What a guy, John Robbins. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. And then 3 vans marked up. We've got another section at the back here, so let's have a look back here. These are all just plain vans. Wonder what they use these for. There's too many of them for these to be all like staff car. Oh, Soccer. That's what it is.
Ah, Soccer, yeah.
Soccer. Scenes of crime officers, I think.
Yes, correct.
A little garage area at the back here. Soccer garage. There's a gym in here somewhere. Where did he say the gym was?
The back. Well, it pointed towards that back, the back bit like stuck out a bit.
That'll be the gym.
I believe that with a white roof.
That'll be the gym.
My guess.
Yeah, because it's got the gym stuff out the back there, look.
Oh, there you go, spot on.
It's got the old picnic bench. Oh, let's go back up again. Got the picnic bench there. Also, they've got like a closed off bit. Because I asked if he uses this for picnic area. He said yeah, but I think it must be in this area just here. What else we got? A couple of entrances back here, staff entrances. Got some kit on the floor just down there, must be waiting to go out. And then just this side is the public parking area.
Well, there's 2 fellas.
Look at those 2 handsome chaps there. Woo. Oh, that bird.
I know, it's swooping over. I don't like it when you swoop over here. You never know if they're going to drop a pellet.
All went under. It was a big old seagull. I don't want to get attacked by a gull.
I once was flying at a reservoir and I thought that there was a red kite coming to get me, and I got really scared.
Coming to get you on the drone?
Well, we couldn't get the drone.
I guess it's just as scary because they are expensive.
Yeah, it was showing a serious interest.
But yeah, let's go up, and then we'll get a full sight view. And I think that'll about do us in Newton Abbot.
AK Smithville. Definitely not Richard Town.
Definitely not. There it is, in all its glory. Newton Abbot Police Station. Let's head back in. Well, we're going to wrap up now here at Newton Abbot Police Station. We met the Richard, who was definitely a big old Richard. And we met Sergeant Smithy, who was actually a really nice guy. Really pleasant, had a nice chat with us. Answered lots of questions that we had for him, and give us a bit of information that we didn't even know about. So yeah, massive respect to him. So we are going to wrap up now. This is coming to the end of our tour in Devon and Cornwall. The last station on the list, Newton Abbot Police Station, Devon and Cornwall Police. So for now, we're going to wrap up and we shall see you on the next one.